guys? Welcome back. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I sure do love nail guns, all kinds of nail guns. 10 gauge framing nail guns, pin nailers, 16 gauge finish nailers, but I especially love brad nail guns. And the 18 gauge brad nail guns are my particular favorite because they can do a lot. You could do framing with them with like small moldings. You can frame out the moldings on doors. You could do picture frame moldings. You could do crown molding. You could do base molding, all kinds of stuff. And they're very versatile. So what I like to do today is, since you don't always want to pull out the air compressor and hook up a nail gun to a compressor for a small job, because number one, you got to wait for that compressor to fill up. Then you got to hook up your hose. You got to drag it around with you, extra, weight to carry, extra stuff to carry. Then you got to shoot maybe 5 to 10 nails to get the job done. Then you got to put it all away. You got to drain the compressor again. So I thought what would be really cool is, just for that particular reason, I bought this airless Ryobi 18 volt. They call it the Airstrike 18 gauge brad nailer. Now this runs off those 18 volt Ryobi 1 Plus batteries. You just fully charge them up. This is the the oversized battery. It's very good for this gun. The smaller gun that I use for like my impact driver and my drill driver, those are they won't operate as good. Using this battery gives you up to 700 shots before you have to charge it. And I have one of those quick 30-minute chargers. So I'll just pop it on there, and then I can charge it for 30 minutes and use my second backup battery and do the job if I have to. But the thing is, this is the kind of thing that I use for smaller projects. I did do some of the crown molding in my house with it, but for the big jobs like that, you don't want to keep running out of battery and changing, so you'd use an air compressor. But what we're going to do is we're going to do a little quick review on this. I'll show you some features that it has. Really cool. We'll move the camera in a little bit, give you a close-up look, and then you decide whether or not you like it. A lot of good features here, guys. All right, so let's get a close-up and do the tool review. Okay, guys, so let's go over quick a couple of the cool features to this. Number one, airless. We don't need a compressor. We don't need one of those gas charging systems that blows exhaust in your face and you got to buy a new cartridge and refill it. This runs off the battery, like I said before. You pop it in and you start shooting your nails. Right here we have a thumb wheel that adjusts the depth of the nail. You turn it, and it has a little gauge here right now. You turn it up this way, which would, I guess if it's facing you, you would be turning it clockwise. And it has a little indicator over here that backs off the nail a little bit. Okay, if you want to shoot it deeper, you would turn it the opposite direction, downwards, and that recesses the nail further in, depending on your application, what you're looking for. On the back, you also have the adjustment of how hard it shoots the nail. So this would be the equivalent of adjusting the air pressure on your compressor dial gauge. All right, we have a really cool tool-free jam right here. So if you have a jam on this bad boy right here, you pop that up, lift it up, clear your jam, of course with the battery disconnected. Pop it back down, set your hook, lock it back in, stick in your brad, stick in your battery, shoot some nails. All right, so we also have another cool feature right here underneath the handle. This is, they have the single shot or the rapid fire. So let's see if we can get you a good look at that. This switch right here, you could either put it on single mode, which I have it right now, or you can switch it over to the rapid fire. So we'll do both. We have a non-marring rubber style tip on this, so when you press it against the wood and shoot the nail, it doesn't leave a mark. That's your safety right there also. It won't shoot the nail unless you have that actually compressed. So we're gonna load it up, which is very easy to do. You squeeze this little thumb trigger right there. I'm gonna take right now I'm gonna use 1 1/4" brads, and don't skimp out on the brads, guys. When you buy the brad nails, buy good named company, because if you use the cheap stuff, they always seem to jam up. They're just not glued right. I don't know what the story is with those things. Some of them are bent and they give you a problem. So you just put the nails in right there, get them up to the top, and boom, you're in, you're loaded. Now we can put our battery in. Sit that down right there for a second. Safety equipment on. I'm gonna get you a close-up, and I have my test board right here for nailing. This is what we use before we do any of our projects. Now I'm gonna get you a little bit of a closer angle. We'll shoot some nails in the board, and then we'll try single fire and rapid fire mode, and I'll show you how this thing works. All right, guys? You push in the onto the workpiece, you see the LEDs come on. Lights up your whole workpiece. They're very bright and they give you a good surface. If you're working in a dark area, you really see what you're doing. All right, so let's shoot the first one in. All right, first one's in. Now I just shot this one right here, and you can see that it's very deep, but at the same time, it's not too deep because this is a 3/4 inch piece of pine. Now, if I'm going to shoot a brad into this molding right here, and I don't want to split it, then I can back that off. I can back off some of the pressure also. So let's do that. Let's back it off a little bit. I'm going to back off some of the pressure. I'm going to put it to about halfway, and I'm going to adjust the thumb wheel upwards. All right, guys, so now that I adjusted and backed it off, let's shoot another one. All right, you can see this one, not as deep. Very easily covered up with some wood filler. I'm going to back it off even more. I'm going to back off the pressure, because what I want to do now is I want to shoot it into this piece of cove molding over here. All right, so let's do that. Let's see if we can do that without splitting it. All right, so as you can see, shot it right into the cove molding, didn't split the molding. Okay, so that's key right there. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to set this to rapid fire, and we're going to just tack them in a succession and see how that works out. Okay guys, so now I have it set on the rapid fire mode. So now what you would do here is you would depress the trigger, and then you would just push in the tip in a succession like this and shoot a nail every time. All right, so we're going to adjust this so that we can recess it the perfect amount, because now we're going to shoot through the 3/4 pine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze the trigger, and we're going to go rapid fire. I just shot 4 nails in a couple of seconds, and they all went through, and they're all perfect. Now, you could always do a test one, and then you can, set the depth again. I'm going to raise up the camera so you guys can see me talking here. Let's get rid of some of the safety gear. Okay guys, so there you have it. The Ryobi airless 18-volt lithium 1+ system air strike. Really good brad nailer. Great for those small projects. You don't want to set up something. You need to nail something in the house real quick. Something fell off, a molding, something like that you got for 20 years sitting on your, next to your staircase. You want to tack it in real fast. You're making say you're making a small box and you're not going to use screws, so you're going to put some molding on there. You don't want to set up a whole compressor. This is the way to go. All right, guys. So you can pick this up in any of the Home Depots around, because they, that's Ryobi's their brand, and they've come a long way with their tools. I have a bunch of stuff from them since they've upgraded to this color right here. I don't know what they did, but the tools are a lot better than they were when they were blue and yellow, blue and orange. They're just about one step below rigid. I love rigid stuff also. But this is a great tool, and I really like it. I got it for about 9 to 10 months now. I used it on a lot of projects, and it's still going strong. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope to see you next time. We've got plenty of more videos to come. I'm going to try to get 1 or 2 videos out to you per week, do-it-yourself stuff, and, some cool tool reviews and things like that, this being one of them, and I have some other stuff on there. Stay tuned, subscribe, and make sure you come back for the next video. All right, guys? See you next time.